Welcome back. Tonight's story begins with two brothers, a dark forest, and a figure that should not have been there. Today's Reddit story comes from a man who says he and his brother saw the same impossible creature in Bavaria when they were kids. The strangest part is not that it looked terrifying. It is that it walked past them like it belonged there. It started with something ordinary and almost peaceful. A family stood outside in rural Bavaria after sunset, looking up at Mars. Nothing about that moment sounded haunted. It was just a clear sky, a father excited about the planet, and two teenage brothers standing near the edge of the woods. Then the narrator made the kind of decision teenagers make when fear feels like something to prove. He wanted to look cool, so he led his 14-year-old brother into the forest at night. They walked about half a kilometer from the house, with the dark trees closing behind them. The figure did not sprint at them, and it did not hide. It walked quickly and calmly, straight toward the same path the brothers needed to use. That detail matters, because it did not behave like someone sneaking around. It moved like it had every right to be there. At first, the narrator's brain tried to make it human. Maybe it was a naked man. But then he noticed there was no real skin, no shirt, no pants, no contrast anywhere. The same pale gray-white texture covered the entire body, like cloth pulled tight over muscle. It seemed gigantic to him, probably around 2 meters tall. The brothers were still close enough to read the shape, but too stunned to react normally. It was not the size alone that froze them. It was the confidence, the way this thing moved past two kids without fear or interest. The narrator said hello because he did not know what else to do. It was such a small, normal word for such a wrong situation. And in that second, the encounter changed. He was no longer looking at a strange person on a path. He was looking at a face that was not really there. The head was huge and elongated, more animal than human. He compared it to a mix between a pony and a German shepherd, but with the same gray wrapping pulled over it. No normal face, no readable expression, and later a commenter noticed something else from the image comparison. No visible ears. The figure did not speak, chase them, or make any dramatic move. It just kept walking. The narrator said they were shaken, but not exactly afraid. That is the strangest emotional detail. He felt authority from it, something ancient, as if it had existed long before humanity and did not need to explain itself. The real chill came after they reached the house. His brother asked if he had seen it too, which meant the narrator was not carrying the memory alone. Years later, when they were both adults, he asked again. His brother still confirmed the same encounter. The comments became their own investigation. One person thought the wrapped texture and long head sounded like old Germanic forest spirits from before Christianity. Others brought up Ochsenkopf in the Fichtelgebirge, a stone with an ox head, stories of gray forest beings, and even a gate to the underworld. People also tested normal explanations. Could it have been a Persian costume, or a mask, or some strange festival spillover? The narrator said he would have recognized that, and it had no fur, horns, chains, or spectacle. It had no smell either. His final feeling was simple and awful. They had stumbled into something not meant for human eyes. What makes this one unsettling is the restraint. The figure never attacks, never explains itself, and never behaves like a prank. It just appears on a rural hill, passes two kids, and leaves them with the same memory for years. Do you think they saw a person in a strange costume, a piece of old Bavarian folklore, or something that only looked human from far away?